Got some FACEIT League for you tonight. It's Monday. We're into week 3. So, we're starting to catch the stride, but we're about to hit a big old hurdle tomorrow. As, of course, we're getting all of the perks and stuff dropping tomorrow with the new patch. We get Season 15 hitting tomorrow. As such, I will not have any matches for you tomorrow. Master Division has taken the week off to kind of get prepared for the new era of Overwatch. But the expert teams, they've got the brass to come in and say, we don't care. We're going to go in and compete. And it's not just the ones who have nothing to lose. It's all the best teams that are currently sitting at the top of the bracket are going through with it. And they're going to come in and compete on the new perk system. Really looking forward to that, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still have, your standard Monday expert matchup going on here tonight. Our final match of old era Overwatch, our Overwatch as we currently know it. With a couple of teams that are brand new here on stream, at least for FACEIT League. I think we had Jurassic on during quals at some point. Our first time getting them on here proper for FACEIT League and all that. So, BSU Spark are a team that's brand new to me. So far, so good. Both of these teams actually coming in with fantastic records. Are currently sitting at 4-0. Here, let's pull up our standings. So let's zoom in here on these. We know Wisteria. Okay, so nobody here from really, towards the top half of expert division just yet. That's going to change. Look at the schedule in front of them as they face Jurassic, Wizard Cats, Brock Esports, and Iliad Artemis all back to back. This is the start of a brutal week. The only forfeit is the one I was super confident on. It was Wisteria. Other than that, they are all played, and they are all 3-0s. So, not a map drop yet here for BSU Spark as they enter their gauntlet week here in week 3. This is Spark's first season in the league, so we don't have much history on them past that. Looking at Jurassic, I believe this is their second season. They were in advance for season 2. Find themselves, went 12-2, got 4th overall with a good run there, as well as 4th in the playoffs. We're seeing them take dubs. This is Extinction Jurassic. Take dubs over a lot of the teams that kind of moved up into expert division here for season 4. So so far so good. Ultimate Engine definitely the biggest threat so far here, and they'll be coming up with Phoenix Guard here this week. Phoenix Guard's another 4-0 team currently. I took some meds to try to help with this cold, so forgive me. I'm gonna do my best muscle through tonight. I'm not at 100%, but so if I get into sneezy fits and stuff, you're just gonna have to bear with me. Like I said, I took some meds to try to help alleviate it. One of the really cool things about expert division is a lot of the teams are a little bit more fearless. You don't see as much just playing to not lose in this division. You see a lot more teams kind of embracing their own styles and trying new strategies and trying fun things. So I think it could be a really good place to get our first look at this perk system, because these teams are more inclined to experiment and try different things and throw some fun strats out there. We've seen a lot of innovation and comps that became persuasive throughout the meta and throughout the Overwatch sphere make their start in the lower divisions. It was true. It's true of GOATs. It's true. The most infamous composition in the history of Overwatch was not created by an Overwatch League team or a T1 team. That was created by a T3 team, which is what Expert is. It's kind of our third tier down. If Master Division is your second tier down from OWCS, which is, of course, is your first tier. So Master Division is your tier 2 from that. Expert Division is going to be your third tier down from OWCS. So as far as tier 3 Overwatch, which has taken different names over the as our esport has evolved, but we have seen a lot of prevalent compositions make their debut in this division and in this level of play because of that fearlessness, because of the willingness to experiment and just do fun stuff. All right, let's get in some map picks here. So Jurassic get banned here for control on map 1, banning out Lee Jacques. So hey, you know what? The map that we see 9 times out of 10 here At least so far in season 4, has been banned out by Jurassic. It's gonna be demolished, Somoa. It's gonna be Somoa, Blizzard World, Esperanca, Suravasa, and Route 66 for your Monday expert matchup here tonight. We had that Lijiang Tower ban coming out from Jurassic. Who sent me a friend request? Oh, Overclock sent me a friend request. Let's see. Let's go get these bans plugged in. What heroes? What heroes are we banning out today, friends? We had JQ and Hazard out of the gate. It was Jurassic banning the Hazard. So Spark banning off the Junker Queen. All right. Thank you, copyright free music. But it's time to head to the beach. Show me some Overwatch. It's time to get into some map 1. Hanging out on the beach, making some surfboards here with the robots. Spark showing us the Doomfist here right out of the gate. We got Lucio Carey with it. We're going to go with the Soj and the Sim. Okay, we're going to go into the Soj Genji. Little bit of the anti-hazard on the other side with Discipline and Jurassic coming out here in the single composition. Overclocked. Showing us that Torbjorn. Of course, that armor from the Overload so good against the shotgun of Hazard. Does a good job of negating a lot of that damage. Works as well against the Doomfist. Same principle. You know, we see it introduced to counter the Hazard, but the same principle applies to the Doom. Overclocked turret gets 2 final blows here in the first fight. Hey, there's a Jodello hanging around in the back line. Jurassic will grab our first fight. Seaful swaps off of that Doomfist, heads over into a Ramattra, saying, hey, let's just get brawly on this. Even going over to an Ashe as well. Try to outrange Jurassic on the other side. Like, y'all want to play bunker? We'll just poke you down from a distance. It's exactly what Wed 2 does. Bronze James falls to the kunai there. So, the poke swaps work out. Seaful's able to anchor on the point. Flip this here for the Spark. Ooh, yep, rock out of Discipline. Returning in. Maybe Velant throws a couple shots down that direction as well. Trying to control the bridge. Ends up in a little bit of a duel with Juven on the other side. Oh, nice little dash through there from Jodello. Finds that final blow on to maybe Vent, or maybe Violent, maybe Violent. I'm gonna go with maybe Violent. That makes sense. Well, maybe Violent makes a swap onto the Cassidy. So I mean, kind of doubling down here on the anti-dive. Really looking for Jodello in the back line. Trying to have a plan here for the Blade. The Kitsune Rush is in. There's the Blade. The beat lands hitting all 5. Jodello jumps back down into their own Kitsune Rush here out of the Spark, but Discipline has already picked up a pair of kills. Back of a Gravitic Flux. Lands the rock onto Seaful. Mid Annihilation. A couple of Hyperspheres will do the trick. Finds Wentube with the bounce shot. Nicely placed there. The calculations coming through. And the swaps work out. Despite not going up against a complete dive team, the hard to infiltrate anti-dive backline here. Able to fend off Jodello and the Blade. Jodello now swaps over to a Pharah. Bob invested from Juven. You're going to jump into the backline. Overclocked wins that, by the way. Now try to come return to the fight. Join in where We've got the Spark all back in control of the objective. That's going to be a Molten Core from Overclock. That's like on the far side. Jurassic had Sparks surrounded there for a moment. Sound barrier thrown in. Seafull still in a bit of trouble, but Juven is able to give them the edge. They're +2 now to the Spark on this point. With 88% and counting, they're going to get the stagger picks on the way out. This is looking good for the Spark to take this opening round. Seafull with some staggers. Discipline struggling to make it back onto the objective. Will not get there. And that's the first round. Coconuts will go over to the Spark. Congratulations. You get some coconuts. Ambivalent. Oh. Good to know, Kirik. Good to know. See, I'm learning. I'm learning about this team. I'm learning about both of these teams. Ambivalent. Ambivalent. I was actually, so my original ambivalent was actually the closest one. That's hilarious. I thought it was my blunt. Look, that's so much harder. It really is. Mark's like, wait, I thought it was my blunt. Can I go with that? Seafull backs away at 22 health. Had a theta down very low and critical less than melee. Under 30 or 40, whatever it is now. But both are able to escape. Here comes Seafull back in for another run. And Juven gets the shot down into Ambivalent. We'll go with the actual name, as funny as my blunt is. Seafull will force the recall out of Overclock. Jurassic have gone into a far more diving composition with the Lucio carry here. The Sojourn kind of being the one exception onto that. Discipline on the Wrecking Ball is able to chase Seafull out. And moving on to the point, Jurassic will flip this thing. Spark did grab 30% there after that first fight win. Seafull taking the scenic route back onto this point. Ooh, Wentu's already up on the Kitsune Rush, and Athena goes down first in this fight. This could not only be very good for the Spark for this fight, but the one that follows. Although, Discipline and Braun James have managed to pick up a couple, one each respectively. Mine's now thrown over the point. Jurassic manages to surpass Spark in percentages. Discipline at least will get the swift step out of Athena, or excuse me, out of Wentu on the other side. But they are going to throw this Kitsune Rush down in over the point. Everybody turns their attention onto the Discipline Wrecking Ball. We'll eventually bring him down. Discipline does get the objective down, or up to about 53 or so, 54 before it turns over. Then Boa, thank you for the follow. Benji Goat. Go Seafull, go Juven, go Yodello. Go Wedtube, go Benji. Oh, is it Yodello? Not Jodello? Yodello? That, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Lay it out from Yodello. Oh, what a shot! Ambivalent hits it over the wall. That was right between the eyes. The critical red into the Dragon Blade. Sliding around. Looks like Discipline will had an opportunity to clean up, but could not escape. Too much wrath. And from Juven, Yodello, and the entire Spark squad, they've got 75% on the board now. Check in on the... Oh, no. The overclock is what I wanted. We're going to see Juven picked up Athena. Athena's struggled in this sub-map. Has just been hunted down here. You're seeing WedTube come up. Has lapped them in the ult charge. Now coming up on their second Kitsune rush. Athena still has not found a place to throw this one out. Immediately going to put it onto the point and see if they can save Discipline through this fight. WedTube has that second one already up, is able to answer. Discipline gets the slam down on the Benji. A lot of damage put on Discipline. But with the minefield, able to take Dello out of this fight. Seaful has returned here on the Doomfist, but jumps right into the mines, and Bron James finds the finish. Bron James has been a very aggressive Lucio. Seems to have had a great round. I'm not a big Lucio expert, but from my eye test, I feel like Bron James is doing work on both ends here. Juven fighting Overclock. Oh, just as I switch palms, too. Overclock had that pulse ready to go. Here comes the peel in to try to, well, not try to, defend off Seaful successfully. Putting Seaful back in the spawn to watch the timer. Bit of a battle going on up top. Everybody but Overclocked is going to get the sound barrier. Well, Overclock's still making their way back into this fight. Ambivalent's going to throw down the OC. One good shot on the Seaful before the block comes up with mines and OC. It is just Seaful dancing around. Eventually brought down in this 99-99 and Extension Jurassic Force around 3. We're headed to Volcano. Spooky Spanish, thank you for the follow. Both teams showing us a couple of different looks here on Somoa. Was the Ramacha comp that got it done for BSU Spark? A Wrecking Ball dive comp for Discipline and the Rex of Jurassic to win the round 2. And we're getting something entirely different from both of them here in round 3. Ends up just being a little bit of tiny Overwatch on the outside, and Seaful is very gleeful about that one. You can see the reason Big Mog is smiling at that kind of encounter, and a very swift first fight goes in Spark's favor. We're getting the Lucio Juno out from that backside as well. This means there's not a whole lot of peel outside of Yodello's Tor. Oh, Yodello with a quick move up to that high ground. Oh, it's teleports back the other way to find the kill onto LeBron James. Or Bron James. I know, I can't, I just instinctively want to say the whole name. Oh, that was gonna be so good, and I just hit the wrong button. Athena staying neck and neck with WedTube this time around here so far in the opening ult race. Oh, but Bron James goes down again. Feel like Juven and Dello are absolutely focusing down the Lucio here. I was talking about how, you know, felt like Bron James was having a huge impact there in that second round. Discipline. Finds a kill on Yodello. Here comes the Orbital Raid. Graviton Surge and Kitsune Rush invested here from Jurassic. The Orbital Raid perfectly placed, though. Well predicting. But still not enough. Still, even with the Orbital, there's too much damage. I did it. It was a good prediction on the Orbital, though. Like, the Orbital went through the grab nicely. That's not what mattered. Too much damage. Too much damage. You didn't even need the Molten Core. Could have thrown some lava under their feet if you really wanted to. But you've got that for this return fight. So it's going to be a Photon Barrier out from Juven to start things off. Seaful extraordinarily close to being dead, but also to having their ultimate online. So, you know, you take one with the other. Now, with Cardiac Drive coming up online, the cage is going to come in. Sound Barrier lands there from Bron James. We're going to get The lava thrown in from both of our Torbjorns. There's just lava everywhere. Ends up being Yodello coming up with a massive pile of kills, comboing that with the cage fight. With 92%, BSU Spark now have control. Ambivalent trying to get past everybody, see if they can get towards the point. Actually kind of gets stuck. Broad James falls first for the third time. Nobody gets the touch. Spark take map 1. All right, very quickly show y'all some stats. Pretty darn even. Very, very close map 1. Very, very close map 1. Holy cow. It was an Icon Vault ban there from Spark and Jurassic. Get the pick here on Blizzard Worlds. They try to bring this one back around. So we did get a side swap here. Wrecking Ball and Torb are your bans. It was Spark banning the Torb. Which means Jurassic banned the Wrecking Ball. All right, let's get into map 2. Cereal all over your monitor? How'd you get cereal all over your monitor? Oh, by spitting it out. All right, no more hazard ban. See if we'll pull it out. Actually, both teams running into hazard comps. The only variation is overclocked here with a Tracer instead of the Genji, where you do have Yodello in that Genji on the other side. Yodello had a pretty solid map 1 there for Yodello. We saw just how close the damage was all around from all 4 of our DPS players in the lobby. Early corralling looked like Spark had some room to work, but Seafull just ends up in a complete mismatch on the outside. Now the defense comes back to ward off the rest of the squishy targets left here on the point. The wall to try to block Yodella's escape, but they're out. Same can't be said for Juven. Juven gets caught. And that's another nasty stagger. We did get 1 tick picked up. So while Jurassic were off hunting Seafull, they do give up a tick of progress, but you take that. It was the right call from the defense. Oh, Yodello got green. Discipline was low, and Yodello tried to go in on it. Just gets burst down. Seafull does eventually melt on that far side with the continuing rush on the point. There's nobody left to really anchor, but with nobody left to really anchor. Up to the DPS to get it done here. Both of them now dead, and that's the cleanup. And hey, Ambivalent and Antler. Wait, do we have a sub here? Oh, it's Smackies. Oh, it's Smackies on a, that's Antler Rattler in the top left. Antler, excuse me, in the top left. I believe is Smackies on a streamer mode. Or in LOL. Thank you for the follow. Daps you up Samoan style. Nano boost thrown in. Excuse me, overclock thrown in. Get my my voice lines confused there. And a quick couple of picks here in the feed for Spark. They're gonna very cleanly just kind of dismantle this first section of Blizzard World. Love the projected wall. Almost blocked the escape of Overclock with the recalls on the other side. Ooh, we do get an isolated Discipline on this left-hand side with a Kitsune Rush there in their face. Discipline somehow able to make it back out. Overclock thrown in from an Ambivalent here, and Seafull does get caught. Over the top, Yodello looking to see if they can give this point on over to the Spark. Dashing up to the high ground, just not much to find. Braun James able to protect the team there with a good sound barrier. No back cap happening here. The defense of Jurassic will stabilize. Just downpours left here for this next fight. Deflector's ready. Actually catches the Sojourn. Ambivalent is able to slide out, courtesy of Suzu there from Antler, from the, yeah, stupid streamer modes. From the carry. What did I say? There's snackies? Yeah, smackies. Forgive me, it's my first look at this team, so I'm not. Still learning here, still learning. As far as their rosters. So Jadell pushed to the left-hand side. Discipline has managed to at least force somebody off the high ground, and then with the drop, they try to throw it into the Kitsune Rush, but unfortunately, it hits that weird little lip. It doesn't make it past. They either got stuck on the pillar or didn't get past the lip. Hey, you know what? Either way, you win the team fight, even though the rush ends up a tad bit scuffed there. Quite a few tools for Spark to work with as they make their approach into point C. Decent amount of time in the bank as well. Ambivalent playing off the outside. Tried to come in with the flank overclock, but got completely surrounded. Seafull in over the top. The headshot lands. Now, Braun James and Overclocked hadn't moved in and picked up a little bit. They at least trade out enough to where, Spark are going to have to respect that. They got to fall back away for reinforcements. They can't get too much map control. Really smart move there out of Braun James. And Overclocked. Now both of them have ultimates in this next fight, although Benji and Yodello do as well. Beat lands. Can Yodello get anything? Throw it. Not able to lock down Overclock, heading up to the high ground. A lot of guns towards Discipline. He's trying to hold on this side. Pulse Bomb just yeeted out. Ends up actually thrown into the air, I think, to get above the deflect. But ends up with Overclock going down. Discipline is still here, so the efforts did save the tank, but a good boot means they can't contest. Spark cap with a little over minute 30 remaining. No changes composition lane for Spark as they run on their defense. Initial sit up on the high ground. Discipline moves up to Griffin and wards everybody away. A counterpunch opportunity. There's Yodello and Seafold move in to find Ambivalent. So the moment Discipline moves up to the high ground, the trigger is pulled. Now Seafold extends out looking for more. Ew, gets brunch aim. How does that happen? Seafold was just dancing with disaster there. Talk about limit testing. That was brilliant. I thought Seafold was toast for sure. Good wall, able to block some important shots. The heals come in just in time. Second attempt here out of Discipline. The rest of Jurassic. Discipline stuck behind a wall at the moment, but who's trapped in there with who? Not entirely sure. Yodello escapes with minimal health. Seafold able to get out over the wall, but Jurassic have managed to pick up some very important space here. Kitsune rush countered by the orbital ray out of Jurassic, and Ambivalent's already down. Downpour thrown in over the top. Seafold's able to get Smackies there in the back with that one. Now leaping in for the follow-up, but Yodello strikes back with Juven. They're able to counterpunch through it all. Good aggressive attack there out of Spark. They get the Kitsune rush in. The wall does come up to block it, but it's not quite in time. The orbital, it's just not as high value. I mean, if you can all stay in it, it's great. But these comps are so fast, it's hard for these high mobile comps to find the value with the heroes while standing put. Good jagged wall there. Keeps Seafold from getting rooted. Double sound barrier thrown into this fight, and the villains found Yodello early. The attacking Jurassic trying to see what else they can get. You do at least get the leap out of Seafold. But Seafold's able to hold the line here on this corner, at least for now. Trying to match the rotation. Oh, it looked to go for the squishies, but just a touch behind on the rotation coming out there from Braun James and the rest of Jurassic, because they're going to push up to this high ground. It's an overclock thrown in here from Juven and finds overclocked the player. Good headshot. Well, at least a good shot lands on the Lucio. That's the headshot. Finishes off what they started with Braun James. We'll get the 4K as they find Ambivalent as well. Fantastic overclock from Juven. Making a statement here. Put a little asterisk next to that one. Save that one for a highlight here for week 3. Potential play of the week. That was spectacular. Who's getting that post-match interview? Do we do those in Bull City Skunk World? Interviews can be tough. But I will definitely give you some more Seafold pop. That I could do. We'll finish off. Ooh! We caught Lentum at least picking up that brilliant little headshot. At least the last slivers of it. The last frames of it. Overclock with the touch. Braun James finds Juven with that late Diva stagger. The Squishies are going to have to do this without their tank. Downpour thrown in. Will find Smackies. And it looks like this defense is just going to hold. Only 2 players left. Ambivalent low down on point. Seafold tried to kill them with a block. Doesn't quite get it. The primary fire will do the trick. Discipline returns on a Winston. Smackies has this orbital thing get here to the point to use it. Oh, Braun James even initiated the sound barrier, but doesn't quite land before the map is over. Full hold, they're out of the spark. They move up to match point. Quick look at some stats there for you. That one not as close. That one not as close. Yodella 21-4. They're on the Genji. Juven 21-6. But it's Seaful leading the server in damage and elims. They're 27-4. They're for Seaful on the hazard. Esperanca here is a Spark map pick for map number 3. And we did get a Coliseo ban. As far as heroes, let's see. What do we got? What do we got? We got Torb and Juno banned out. Who banned what? Jurassic banned the Juno. First ban doesn't matter here. Because there's no protecting. And then Spark banned the Torby, Orby. Torby, Orby. Boom. Yeah, I know. We had Winton for a split second. We had Winton for a split second there, Manny. Hey, I appreciate the effort. It doesn't matter if any Winton is better than no Winton, and any Winton deserves to be mentioned. No subs coming into this third map. Reminder your schedule here for the rest of the week while we're waiting on everybody to get loaded in. We'll have no matches tomorrow. So Master Division is taking this week off from FACEIT League. Kind of get more acclimated with the perks. But the expert teams are here to play. New perks and all. So that will be starting not tomorrow, but on Wednesday. We'll have two teams who entered the week at 4-0, or two matches where all four teams entered the week at 4-0. Super Shy taking on Negative Mental Attitude to kick things off. Neither of those two have dropped a map yet. And then you got Hive Mind Villains taking on First Flame Heat Wave. So some top tier competition coming up on Wednesday with this whole new perk system introduced. Should be a good time. I hope to see you back there for it. Straight hazard mirror for both sides here. And Overclock goes into the Genji. Discipline finds first blood right out of the gate. What an opener. Finds Benji immediately. And Jurassic come roaring into Esperanca. I mean, wasting no time. Opening 10 seconds, boom, there's a kill. They're going to pile on quite a few more. Wetsuit will trade out for the carry, but that's looking to be the only one. Find my waves. A couple players there from Sparker trying to work their way up to that high ground. Juve just takes the direct approach. Just leaps right on up there. Never mind if there were two Jurassic players up there. They have dropped down, just terrified of Juve on that high ground. Trying to regroup on the low ground to help discipline. It does not work out. Good progress picked up at no checkpoint here from Jurassic. That's the rush out of Wed Tube, just to control the high ground. Jurassic drop back down low underneath, but Juven drops to find Broad James. Ooh. Does end up getting killed by the spike guard. I was wondering where Bevelin went. Bevelin was hiding deep in enemy territory. Good Suzu keeps C4 from getting rooted by that downpour. The wall will block Seafull's escape for the moment. Ooh, they're starting to get surrounded. So they throw out their own overclock. Whoop, they're not in the fight. That's an overclock. More own downpour. Looks like Broad James got caught in it. Seafull moves in, finds Smacks. There we go. Second fight win in a row here from the Spark. Blade up on the high ground from Overclock. Actually ends up dropping back down. Ooh, as the beat fades, Yodelo's going to pull out their own katana. Overclock taken care of, and Benevolent ends up on the business end of that blade. Spark are going to win their third fight in a row. This is going to be good enough to grab them the lead. The checkpoint. Close spawns. Head full of confidence and song in their heart. Seafull drop it down. Ooh. Actually blocked Discipline on the outside. Reinforcements came in to put a bunch of damage down into Seafull, but they're able to escape. Downpour comes in from Discipline. Ambivalent's able to use that to find a kill on Juven right out of the gate. Back in the Kitsune rush. A little Lucio duel going on underneath. Seafull still working on the outside. It's so low on health. It does good just to sneak around and regroup with the supports, to be honest. Kitsune rush thrown in and try to chase Wedtube as well as Yodello here on the outside. Up to the high ground. Goes Snacks. Oh, Smacks landing one shot, but that's about it. This one's still hungry. Oh, didn't find much to eat on that one, though. Watch Juven dropping in from the outside with the overclock. There's one rail already went through overclock, and Seafull there with the violent leap finish. Juven under a bit of pressure there from Braun James, and Smacks comes up with the kill. Dropping in over the top. Braun James getting back in the thick of this thing. Wants the duel with the Lucio. Discipline will take the duel with anybody who will accept it. Beating out a pair here for a two-piece. Oh, and that's me a third. Discipline and Jurassic. Great, much needed fight here as we cross the halfway mark as far as time. It's going to be good enough to get their own checkpoint on the board. Always curious how teams approach this high ground. It's going to be such a tough one from this perspective of Spark right now. Only a 14-meter lead. You can see how close that yellow line is, about halfway up the yellow bus. Ooh, Juven with a good shot. Just drops it through Main Street. Zooms in on Braun James, throws down the overclock, finishes off Discipline. Lands a couple of shots there in the back line, enough for Seafool to move in and find the final blow. Make it 2 final blows there for Seafool at the end of the fight. Spark do protect their lead with 3:40 remaining. Ooh, pick up Discipline moving in on this side. He's trying to. Dueling downpours in over the top. It's the continuing rush that went to the only one I see. I did not see Smack's continuing rush during that fight. It was spent. I don't know if it could have been on the low ground and, you know, just the battle ended up taking place up top. But the only one that was in the thick of it was definitely Wed Tubes. Now, with trades in that fight, yeah, we are going to see just, ooh, Seafool sticking around a little bit longer than, you know, advisable, but manages to get out. Blade now pulled. Gets the sound barrier out of Benji. Braun James still about 7% away from that. Ambivalent throws in an overclock as well. So 2 DPS salts invested in. And eventually, the kills start coming through here for Jurassic. Still, after that previous fight, some decent ground to make up here. I don't know if one fight win. Well, a fight win here will give him the lead. Yeah, a fight win he'll give him the lead. Oh, but this one's not going to make it out. 4 health, and there's 4 players there from Spark. The dash in, Overclock trying to make a play here down low, but it's just surrounded. Complete mismatch there for Overclock. Just buying some time on that bot, I suppose. The Genji goes into buy times as they can dash back into the fight. Ooh, Overclock will not get the close spawn just by a split second. Ends up all the way back. High ground rotation coming in from Jurassic, or are they just feigning it? Looks like Overclock's actually going for it. Gonna drop into this back line. There goes Yodello out the front with the blade. Sound barrier in from Braun James. The Overclock gets stuck down low. Chased down by their counterpart on the other side. Consumer Rush now invest from WedTube. See if they can just push this thing over the line. 60 seconds to go here on Esperanca. The Spark try to close this series out in a 3-0. See if they can maintain their flawless record so far here this season. And where I question that their previous finishes weren't against particularly strong opponents, I think this would be a damn good showing if they can close out this 3-0 and still move up, 15-0 in map wins in the season. But a container rush there out of Snacks is going to find first. Well, might get the advantage. Actually ends up giving first blood over to Spark, and couldn't have started much better, as a matter of fact. Discipline falls with downpour invested there from Seafool. And Jurassic starting to fall apart at the seams here in this final minute, as they ended up very separated there in that fight. I anticipate. Okay, Spark are not going to do what I anticipate. They're going to just drop the bot there for the close spawns. Everybody kind of playing down loading, including Juven. This does allow a rotation up top. Ambivalent has his position, and Yodello has to come up here and challenge. Seafool makes a move up to that high ground as well. A risky maneuver, as you're going to leave your backline vulnerable, and it's exactly what Smacks has found. Max does trade themselves to make that kill happen. And then here comes Yodello and the rest of Spark roaring back here in this 4v5. Now turned it into a 4v3 in their favor. Overclock invested in from Ambivalent to see if they can turn it back around into Jurassic. Can Jurassic do it here? Not against the sound barrier. Just too many ultimates left here. The macro will favor Spark. They will clean it up, and they stay flawless. Moving to 5-0 in the season without dropping a map. Some stats there for map number 3. I didn't know what to expect from this squad. And, you know, right out of the gate, it was looking extremely close. We go to a 99-99 round 3 to start things off on Somoa. And I thought we could be in it for the long haul here tonight, friends. But Spark really turned it up. I mean, this was on Jurassic's map pick there on Blizzard World. They get the full cap and the full hold. Couldn't have really been more dominant there on Blizz. And a bit of a back and forth with Jurassic taking kind of the early advantage here on Esperanca. But Spark are able to get that checkpoint first, and they're able to protect their lead throughout the back half of the map. So what an introduction. What an introduction here to this squad. Seaful once again on top here in round 3 as far as Elims is concerned. Although I will say top damage goes to Discipline. Discipline gets that honor here for this map 3, but Seaful still with a spectacular series. Great first look at the Spark. Jurassic did drop their first match of the season, but hey, you know what? We're still early. We're only in week 3. Still lots more FACEIT League to play. Just a reminder here before we close it out for the night. Our schedule for the rest of the week. No matches tomorrow. I'm going to use tomorrow to catch up on some editing and some VODs and hopefully try to shake this cold. But we will return on Wednesday with perks. Perks will be introduced on Wednesday. We're going to have matches to show them off for you here. Super Shy taking on Negative Mental Attitude. They're for EMEA with Hive Mind Villains taking on FF Heatwave for your NA expert matchup on Wednesday. But that is going to do it for me tonight, friends. I really appreciate everybody hanging out. As always, thank you for all the follows and all the support. It means everything. It really does just mean the world. It means the world. But it's all I've got for you this evening. You got each other. Stay hydrated. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you tomorrow. Actually, I will see you Wednesday. Enjoy the perks tomorrow. Have fun with the new perks. You know, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna try to get some games in. I mean, I gotta learn these new perks, so. That's a big day tomorrow. One more sleep until perks. Well, y'all have fun with it. I'll see you back here on Wednesday. Bye, y'all.